What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fearless Beats here, and today we're going to talk about 3 workflow tips that you can use to speed up your process every time you get into Ableton and you start making new beats. So let's jump right into this.
Me with that fearless shit.
Alright guys, so the first tip is making templates. So what you can do is when you open up Ableton Live, we make a new live set here. What happens is Ableton loads your default template. So basically this is what you have when you first start up Ableton. So in my example here, I have a lead, I have an instrument that I like to use in Omnisphere, a piano from Keyscape, a bass plugin that I have a kick, an 808 that I use all the time, and I have just these standard things that I use every single time that I make a beat. Now I might change the kick or 808, but just having it set up and ready to go makes this process really easy. So if I need to put down a kick pattern really quick, I don't need to go pick out a kick. I don't need to go pick out a snare. I don't need to pick out a clap. I have all these things, so I can just lay it down and then I can do my sound selection later. So what you can do is just make a bunch of different tracks with all the things that you use every time you make a beat. And then what you do is you go into your preferences here. You go into File folder and you click this button right here that says Save Current Set as Default, and you click Save. And what that's going to do is it's going to save what you have open right now as your new default setting. So every time you open up a new live set, that's what's going to be open. So the best way to kind of go about this is to take one of your best beats, one of your newest beats, and go ahead and delete all the MIDI clips, delete anything in the arrangement view, and then you can save that as your default set because that's pretty much your best beat there for. So that's the way to go. So the second workflow tip, which might be the most important one, is finding all your favorite sounds and organizing them in folders, okay? I've done this so many times. I do this every couple months. I'll go ahead and pick out my new favorite sounds because my ears are getting better and I can hear which sounds are actually better than others. So I've made this one right here, which was the first one I ever did, which was like my mix, I called it. But I have like all these different snares. I mean, everything here is loaded up. Like I got a ton of shit in everything, which at the time I thought was normal, but really half of these are actually junk samples. So you can see that I made this one, which is just like all the packs of sounds that I have. I made another one where I listed out everything, and then here's the newest one, which I just did the other day, and I'm growing this one now. So this one's just literally all the best of everything that I have, and then I'm going to use every time. So this is going to save you so much time because you don't have to dig around all your different sound packs. You can literally just go through your favorite hi-hats and you can pick one that you like, and you don't have to dig around and search through them. So take a little bit of time and go ahead and find all your favorite samples, stick them in some folders, and then what you can do is you can press this add folder down here, and then you find the folder on your desktop, and then it'll be on your side here, so you can just press it, boom, ready to go. Okay, the third and last workflow tip is to save your effect presets that you like. So maybe you put certain effects on your vocals when you do vocals. Maybe you have a certain way that you like to do your 808 distortion. You can see right here that I have a couple different effect racks that I like to use all the time. So this 808 distortion one that I have, for example, it's going to load up the exact kind of 808 distortion I like, which is my decapitator here. And it's even going to put in the different levels that I use, okay? So having that is really handy. So every time I want to put distortion on my 808, I can throw that on. And even if it's not perfect, it's just going to be a simple little dialing in to make it perfect. I'll just have to change this knob. So when you're making an effect rack, it's pretty easy. We can do it with this, for example, even though I would never put a tuner and an EQ together. You just select the two programs, either holding down Shift or Command. You select the different plugins, and then you press Command G or Control G if you're on Windows. And that's going to turn it into an audio effect rack. And then you can add all of your plugins on here. And once you have all of your plugins together and you have a good group of plugins that you want to save for your effect rack, what you could do is you could change the name of it. So you could go right click and go rename, and you could say this is my effect rack. And then you press this little save button right here, and it's going to save it at a certain location, and you can rename it here And then what you do is you can say right click it again and you say show in Finder, or show in, or on Windows it may be show in file viewer. And what you do is now you have it. It's a .adg. So you can go ahead and copy this and you can put it in those folders like I just said in the last step, in those folders that you make. So I put mine all right here in an effects rack folder. So now your folders can contain all your effect racks and it's really easy to go and find them. Alright guys, so those are the 3 top workflow tips that I have to speed up your workflow and get you making beats so much faster. Once you implement these 3 things, you're going to notice that your beats are going like that and like that. And if you have an artist with you that you're working with, you can kick out a beat really quick because you already know where your samples are at. You already have your template set up, and any effects that you might need to put on are already ready to go. You just slap those bad boys on there. So this is really useful, and it'll get you to start learning Ableton a little better and making beats even faster. Alright guys, hope you found that useful. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell because we're dropping new videos every single day. But other than that, I'll see you guys again in the next one. Peace out.